But before I get into that, I want to give credit to my ancestors for waking me up, you know what I'm saying, making this thing possible, for me to spit this knowledge and do what I'm doing. And also like to give credit to you, you know what I'm saying, the viewer out there who's watching. Hopefully y'all learn something, or you disagree. It is what it is. But like I said prior, I got a video talking about white liberalism, progressive liberalism, and Woodrow Wilson, how it's based in white supremacy, you know what I'm saying? Or what Malcolm X would call the liberalism or the fox, you know what I'm saying? The white conservative is a wolf. The white liberal is a fox. Both of them dogs. They both dog whistle. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to show this is a liberal right here dog whistle. You know what I'm saying? No. White liberals are more likely to patronize minorities than conservatives. Study finds. White liberals present themselves as a warmer and less competent to a minority audience. Right? When white liberals present themselves as less competent and when addressing minorities, while conservatives use the same vocabulary no matter what race to their audience, according to a newly released study. Yale and Princeton researchers found that white Democratic presidential candidates and self-identified liberals play down their competence when speaking to minorities, using fewer words that convey accomplishments and more words that express warmth. Ain't that a bitch? On the other hand, there is no significant difference on white conservatives, including Republican presidential candidates, spoke to whites versus minority candidates. White liberals self-present less competence to minorities than other whites. That is, they patronize minority stereotypes as lower status and less competent, according to the study's abstract. Sidney Dupree, assistant professor of organizational behavior at Yale School of Management, said she was surprised by the findings of the studies, was sought to discover how well-intentioned whites, quote in quotation, well-intentioned whites interacted with minorities. This is kind of an unpleasant surprise to see that the subtle and persistent effect, Mrs. Dupree said, even if it's ultimately well-intentioned, it can seem as patronizing. The study flies in the face of the standard talking points of the political left, that while white conservatives are racist, while it raises questions about whether liberals are perpetuating racial stereotypes about blacks being less competent than whites. In the paper slated for publication in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, first examine speeches by Republican and Democratic presidential candidates to mostly white and mostly minority audience dating back 25 years. Ms. Dupree and the Princeton Susan Fiske analyzed the text words and related to competence such as assertive and competitive, and words related to warmth such as supportive and compassionate. It found that the Democratic candidates used fewer competent-related words in speeches delivered to a mostly minority audience than they did in speeches delivered to a mostly white audience, said the Yale press release. The difference wasn't statistically different. The difference wasn't statistically significant in speeches by Republican candidates. Mr. Dupree noted that Republicans also gave fewer speeches to minority audiences too, as well. The research then set up an experiment in which white liberals were asked to respond to a hypothetical individuals named Emily and Lakeisha. Liberal individuals were less likely to use words that would make them appear highly competent when the person they was addressing was presumed to be black rather than white, said the release. No significant difference was seen in the word selection of conservatives based on the presumption of race of their partner. Mrs. Dupree said the competence downshift could indicate a greater eagerness by white liberals to connect with those of other races. No, they just think we're stupid. My hope is that with this work, I hope include well-intentioned people who see themselves as allies, keyword allies, but who may unwittingly contribute to a group divide, said Mrs. Dupree. There's a broader need to include them in their conversation. So they just think we're stupid, basically. You know what I'm saying? That's how they talk down to you. You know what I'm saying? That's the tactic of a fox. Like I said, my hope is this work will include well-intentioned people who will see themselves as allies. What did Dr. John Clean Clark say about our allies? We have no friends. Allies switch sides. Japan was in World War I was on the American side. In World War II, they was the enemy. You know what I'm saying? They switch sides. And they're perpetuating, and it says up in here too in the article, that they're perpetuating stereotypes. You know what I'm saying? perpetuating stereotypes. The study flies in the face of the standard of the talking points of the political left that white conservatives are racist, while raising the questions of whether white conservatives or liberals are perpetuating racial stereotypes.
The media has. If they can intimidate you, then they...
Now, just to add on more about the Fox question that we was talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to add on more about that, how right Malcolm was. Even Martin Luther King woke up to this fact in his 5th book, Cast the Community, Where Do We Go From Here? You know what I'm saying? He woke up to this fact. All right, this is from the Atlantic. Why have white women so often voted Republican? Right? Because they claim that white women is a liberal person and all that type of stuff like that. No, don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? If you look at my other videos about how they got the women for white women to vote and stuff like that, it was a part of white supremacy. That was supported by the Ku Klux Klan, all them the voter league, all them women of voter leagues, all them Klan groups that's around today claiming they progressive liberals. They was all part of that stuff. It's a Fox tactic. Look at my playlist, you'll see it. Why have white women so often voted for Republican? They claim that their votes have always been motivated by support of a white patriarchy is difficult to square with the historical record. Here's a proof of political trivia that's been going around. How many elections from 1952 to 1926